Alright, everyone. So this week we're going to be talking about personality. What is personality? Why do we all have different kinds of personalities? Where do they come from? What theories are out there about why they're different and where they're coming from, what's happening? So let's get started. So, what is personality? Well, personality basically refers to the consistent elements that define you as you. So it's how you act consistently. So we all kind of change how we act given a situation, but overall we have this core element of who we are, and that is our personality. So where does this come from? Well, and how does this manifest? Those are the big questions. And a lot of different theorists disagree about what happens, where this comes from, and how personality manifests. Can personality change? How do we develop personality? Were we born with it? Or does it develop as we grow up? So let's dive deeper into that. So the biggest question about personality is trait versus state personality. And what I mean by this is trait personality means that a trait is a more stable and enduring characteristic or pattern of behavior. And most theories of personality agree that personality is a trait. But we also have certain states that we are in where we change how we act. And a state is a temporary way of being, how we act, a temporary way of acting depending on what your situation is. So, how we think, how we feel, how we behave, and how we relate all depend on the situation we're in. So, how do these play together? Is personality purely a trait that we have that does not change? Or are there states of personality that do change as well? So, can our personalities change? Or is this state more of a mood, really? Is this our personality or mood interacting? And if so, where do we draw the line between those two? That is really where theorists disagree, and we still haven't fully developed that line yet. So, here is three traits that are modern traits of personality we'll get into in a little while that they actually measured during the school year, at the beginning of the school year to the end of the school year. And as you can see, the personality trait of neuroticism decreases as the school year goes on. So it does change given the situation, whereas openness stays pretty consistent. And agreeableness changes a little bit in a certain type of student. So there can be certain situations that affect personality. So does this mean that it isn't a stable trait? And then what does that mean for our personalities? So there's this thing called reciprocal determinism that says that there's three major factors that influence our personalities and how they manifest. So we do have this core trait of who we are, but how that manifests in what we do is based on what's happening in our environment, personal factors of who we are, which is more of our personality, and then the behavior that needs to happen based on the environmental factors we're facing and who we are as a person. So this would be our characteristics, our self-confidence, our expectations. These are the traits. This is that trait personality people are describing. And then the behavior is the actions we choose to take in that given situation, where the environment is that situation at any given time. So these are all acting together. So our personality interacts with the environment to decide what behavior we do. And that might change given the environment and the situation. We might have the same personality in different situations, but may act very different, and it might look like we have a different personality.